Well, in terms of the key economic challenges confronting the African continent today, obviously the first issue is to ride out the decline in the prices of commodities, which has affected many of the countries of the continent. Much of the celebration of the African growth story over the last decade or so has depended essentially on the significant benefits that accrued to African countries from rising commodity prices. With the slowdown in China and to some extent the decline in appetite in places like India, we have seen a subsequent collapse in some of the prices of commodities, including the price of oil. However, if African countries are able to ride out this situation successfully, they would then need to address their minds much more specifically to the challenges of the diversification of the economy in order to reduce their vulnerability to external shocks associated with the boom and bust cycle in global commodity markets. Connected to that also is the question of generating jobs, creating employment, especially for young people, because Africa's level of unemployment sometimes as high as 40% in the worst cases, in some of the worst cases, is one which is clearly unsustainable for a country for a continent which has such a youthful population. And I would think that for a lot of governments, the problem of youth unemployment will definitely rank as one of the key priority areas that would need to be tackled. Connected to that is the question of inequality that is also growing on the continent. Inequality, and I share the view of those economists who have argued that inequality is not only bad for sustainable growth across the board, but could actually become a source of serious political instability for many of the countries on the continent, including a significant number that are emerging from situations of conflict or are having to manage low-intensity conflicts associated with various cleavages in their political economy.